Right? I mean, the shirt with the backdrop, the hair, the contacts, the little necklace going on over here. It's a whole look, sis. Get into it. Get into it. I don't even have makeup on yet, but I'm like already excited to see like the whole thing put together. Hello, my friends, my good people. What is up? And welcome back to the channel. It is your girl here, Safai Kelly, with you today. If it is your first time ever seeing me here on YouTube, welcome. Sit back, relax. Thank you so much for joining. Listen, today we're doing something that should have been done a long time ago. I am low-key annoyed, but I can't be really. But I finally got some time, and we're gonna sit down and do this review situation, try on, and whatnot. We're gonna be talking about Miss HUDA herself. If you guys are on social media, then you've already seen these two drops. If not, I'm here to inform you on everything you need to know. So Miss HUDA dropped the faux filter foundation sticks, a jelly primer, and then a new eyeshadow palette called Naughty. I have not swatched anything, I've not tried anything. I literally, right before I turned on the camera, took everything out of their boxes. Like, I still have the boxes, brand new, baby, brand spanking new. So, ooh, let's get it. Before we get into the sticks themselves, okay, Shawty dropped a primer, and this is the jelly primer. Is that what you're called? This is the water jelly primer. Okay, it is a hydrating primer. I read some things online saying that it was supposed to be skincare, and then they were like, it actually works really great as a primer, so maybe like it's like a 2-in-1 situation, like serum, primer, great step before you get your foundation on. Now I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like a huge fan of the dewy finish. I'm a matte girl for life, but it'll do didn't kill anyone, so we're gonna do pumps of that. I'm gonna do one pump. It is like running down my hand. It's moving really fast, so this kind of this is probably a terrible thing to say, but it kind of reminds me of hand sanitizer, like the consistency of that thick kind of gel almost, and then getting really thin. Literally, that is what it reminds me of. It is very lightweight on the skin. This feels nice. So now let's get into the foundations. So before we actually swatch the foundation, because I'm gonna swatch the 3 shades that they sent me, which I'm happy they sent 3. A little, you know, background info on the faux filter skin finish stick. Is that what it's called? That's what it's called. This is a stick foundation that offers buildable natural coverage with a high filter finish, allowing you to create and customize your foundation finish. It is a creamy, brand new formula that melts into the skin. You can build up coverage to blur imperfections or buff and blend to achieve a sheer illuminating skin tint. It is perfectly compacted into a foundation stick, as you guys saw. These are available in 39 shades, people. Did you hear? 39 shades. And so what they've done is that they've added 9 new shades, and they have reworked their existing shades. So this means that there was room for improvement. Like, we have improved what we... Improvement is always good. Here are the 3 shades that I have right here. I have Mocha, Peanut Butter Cup, and Chocolate Mousse. So I'm gonna swatch them in order according to the number that is on the bottom of the foundation. So Chocolate Mousse is 450G, and I'm gonna just make an educated guess that G might stand for golden. I'm gonna do a little swatchy swatch here. Wow. So you know what? That is actually like, that's not a bad color. Like, my undertone has been captured in this stick perfectly. I've never had the undertone match so much. It's usually like a little bit more red and like a lot darker. If this was like a touch darker, like just a smidge, but blended out, this could look really amazing. Then we have Peanut Butter Cup, and this is 455R. Assuming R stands for red, right? So I'm gonna swatch that right next to Chocolate Mousse. But wait a second. When you swatch foundations and it's making you second guess, like, am I this color? Oh, wait, am I that color? That's when you know a good job has been done. If you can wear one shade or the other, if you can wear 2 shades in a line, damn, this is really good. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mocha, and this is 500G. G again, golden. I'm assuming that's what chocolate mousse was. So if you're a darker version of chocolate mousse, oh my. What? I have no words. The only reason why you can tell I swatched it is because it's not as matte as my skin right now. It is like, you know, like that wet looking texture. That's the only reason why you can tell that there's foundation on the face, because it really doesn't look like there's any foundation on my face right now. HUDA, sis, you did the damn thing, didn't you? This is amazing. So clearly we're gonna go with Mocha. Peanut Butter Cup had me thinking for a hot second that could have been my shade, but Mocha is here in it to win it. I do want to mention that in their liquid foundation line, I am the shade Mocha, so that's really great that if you are matched in their line, their liquid line, you can possibly very much likely choose the same color and be okay. Like, you should be good. So Mocha is what we're taking. I'm so excited. I am not a huge like stick foundation person. I just never really liked them, like, you know, like I just like using my liquid and a brush and whatever. So I'm just gonna apply this everywhere and see how it goes. And taking Mocha. Are you supposed to apply so much? I'm not even sure if you are supposed to apply this much, but this is crazy because it doesn't look like I'm wearing anything. I'm gonna take the big fluffy side and we're going to blend Miss Foundation out. I just want to say how impressed I am with this foundation stick. So I don't feel like I'm wearing anything. It is so lightweight. It literally feels like there's nothing on my face. But I will say that I'm not like overly greasy. There is some transparency to this foundation because you can slightly see like this dark, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's like a dark spot that I've been dealing with right here, and it's peeking through just a little bit. But I've always struggled at getting that model-esque skin finish without wearing like tons of makeup and lots of powder. Basically, I don't want to look like I'm wearing makeup. Like, you see the models in their catalogs and they don't look like they're wearing anything. Like, sis, how are you achieving that? And honestly, this is giving me that finish for the skin. Like, I'm feeling pretty much flawless, but still very skin-like. You did it. If you're a person that likes full coverage, this might not be for you. If you don't like dewy, this also might not be for you. So those things I think you should definitely keep in mind when looking into this foundation, are the things that you like, you know, just keep those in mind. Okay, so I'm powdering my face now. What I did was just blend out my concealer. I did a little bit of cream contour as well because I just like the way it looks. And now that I'm taking powder, I just wanted to show you the effect it has and how it changes the finish. Right here doesn't have any powder, so I'm going to go and press this powder in, and wow, the finish is more matte, of course, but it is looking so flawless. Like, as you can see, like this side I have not powdered and this side I have. This is me. Ooh. But now that we have our complexion locked in and ready to go, it is time to dive into the next launch, which is the Naughty eyeshadow palette. So we have 18 shades. The palette does retail for $67. I'm excited to get this on the eyes, so I'm gonna go ahead and like get something together and I'll be right back. So friends, this is the look I came up with using the Naughty Nude palette from Huda Beauty, and let's get into it. Yeah, I used all but one of them. I didn't use this one, but that is besides the point. And I will be taking the shade Arouse. I'm placing Arouse in my crease area. This is gonna be my transition for today's look. So we are getting some decent pigment. We are getting pigment. We are getting the pigment. I think I was a little bit too light-handed at first, But no, this palette is definitely pigmented. As you can see, nothing seems to be oxidizing, and we are getting a nice smooth blend. The next shade I'm taking is Untamed. I'm using the shade Untamed to go ahead and add some definition and depth to this crease. I will say, yes, these shades are pigmented. With this shade, it is a little bit darker than I had anticipated. You know, seeing the shade in the pan and then putting it on my lid is just a touch darker than I had imagined. I am also running the shade along my lower lash line. Next, I'll be taking the shade Spicy. I'm using the shade Spicy to just go ahead and add some depth to the eye, make it kind of dramatic and sultry, making it sexy. I will say I have not encountered like a sexy palette. Like the names we have going on here, we have Please Me, Slippery, Arouse, Hard, Hypnotic, Shameless, Passion, Filthy, Irresistible, Naughty, Provocative, Desire, Rough. Okay, we got all the names here. Now let's take the shade Flower Power. So I'm going to pat the shade Flower Power onto my lid. Now this shade in the pan looks like it is a marble shade that is matte and metallic and glittery. We are getting some fallout with this shade, and that is due to like the shimmery part and aspects of this color. Now I'm taking the shade Provocative. I've got the shade loaded on my brush, and I'm gonna put this right here. I almost wish that I went fully with that color, that pinky tone. It looks so pretty. I'm sure that you guys are wondering what that like gel pearl eyeshadow looks like, and it's this guy right here. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys because I was hella curious. I was like, what the heck is this supposed to look like? So you know what it feels like? It feels like a cream blush, or like a lip balm in a pan. When it's swatched, it is like a metallic fuchsia shade. I have some other swatches going on here. So now I'm gonna take the shade Shameless, and I'm gonna use that as an inner corner highlight. I know I didn't do one originally, but I just feel like that's what this is missing. So the eyes are pretty much done right now. I'm gonna do a few things off camera just to wrap things up with the eyes, and I'll be right back. First things first, the hashtag Faux Filter Skin Finish Foundation Stick. Something I thought that I was not gonna like. I really honestly thought I wasn't gonna like it. It does come in 39 shades. It does retail for $39, and I love it. Now, if you're looking for full coverage, if you're looking for something to cover up all of your dark spots, your worries, and your deepest, darkest secrets and fears, this is not gonna do that, okay? This is a buildable coverage, but for me, I don't like, this is not gonna be like buildable to full coverage for me. Like, things are still poking through, but it's not bothering me. And also another thing to keep in mind is I do have my own skin troubles, but I don't have a lot of dark spots, and they're not crazy dark. So that is why it does look like maybe I am wearing a full coverage foundation, but I am not, all right? So if you're into full coverage, this might not be your best bet. The Water Jelly Primer is really great, especially if you don't really like heavy sitting primers on your skin. This is gonna be perfect because it is so lightweight. It is almost like a serum, like skincare, which is really awesome. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. It's gonna be hydrating, but I don't feel like it's overly hydrating. People get so afraid of hydrating primers. Primer does retail for $33. This is definitely something that I see myself using more on the regular, you know, like this is something I might be reaching for more often on my beauty table. Everything worked out nicely. Now I think we should move on into the Naughty Nude palette, okay? You guys, this palette, first of all, I have to say that I love the shade names. They're very racy, raunchy, sexy, naughty. We have some really interesting names here that you don't typically see in palettes, and it does fit the theme of naughty. Now the colors do perform, they blend out well. I didn't notice any oxidization. The metallics performed. Everything really does look beautiful and cohesive. The color story is also gorgeous. The one thing, I don't really see myself gravitating and using that pearl gloss hybrid shade. Like I think I could have lived without it, but kudos though. Kudos to Huda for doing something new and innovative. That is awesome. That is what we need in the makeup industry. Now, as far as the color story, love this color story. I feel like this is a very appropriate color story for any time of the year and for any skin tone. My only thing is, I feel like I've seen this before. Like, I've read this story before. With her nude palettes that she launched, the 3 mini nudes, there was like rich, medium, and there was a light one. I feel like I can match up some of these shades and find like similar dupes or similar enough to where you might not have to purchase a $67 palette. But if you're a die-hard fan and you know that you're gonna do it and you can't help yourself and this is just something that you need a part of your collection, by all means, go ahead. But if you have those previous palettes, you might not wanna commit to this one. It is a gorgeous palette, but I feel like these shades are things that you can find in like a previous Huda palette. So that is the only thing that I noticed about this palette, but everything else worked out beautifully. I did have a little bit of fallout with the metallic shades, but that's nothing out of the ordinary, and I didn't wet my brush, and I'm very happy with the way everything performed today, you guys. Like, this is a whole little mood here. This is a whole little look. That's why I don't sing. That's why I don't sing. Even that sounded like off key. Okay. But this whole look is a mood. Like, I'm loving the way everything is looking. I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you found it very informative and helpful on, you know, making decisions on whether you need to get this or not, or like, are you missing out? Because we know we don't want to have any FOMO, right? Like, fear of missing out is a real thing these days. If you like what you saw here today, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're feeling extra generous, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can join our ever-growing family. You can also find me on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, and Twitter. Everything will be linked down below, all my other social media, so you guys can check that out as well. And don't forget to hit that bell button so you're notified, you know, every time I upload a new video. But that is all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, you guys.